With the remaining features. In the basic HTML, we can do with formatting tags, tables, okay, and then creating of the forms, etc. In HTML5, we have a features like, okay, we can do validations for your input data. Let's say, for example, you are giving an input name, but you are not giving this input and you are simply going with the next field. Then there is an attribute called required. Whenever you say required at the end of your input element, it will not allow you to proceed with the form without inputting that particular form field. That is called required. Next is input type equal to email. It's a validation. Okay, earlier you used to write an email validation whether @ symbol is present or not, dot is there or not, between @ and dot there are 3 characters are there or not. All that we need to do explicitly. But in HTML5 it's an implicit object called email. You don't need to do validation for that. Directly it will check for whether it is given in the proper email format or not. Date, directly you don't need to process like take a string and convert into date, month, year, like that. It will display a calendar. You can select the date what you require. Okay, this is a new syntactical form fields are allowed. There are lots many other elements are there, like you can create a footer or header, navigation. If it is a figure, you can give a figure tag. Okay, you can give a section tag. Such new elements are also added. And coming to first, let us look into these 3 fields, like how they are behaving with. So here, whenever you give a name, if you don't fill this, it will be giving you a tooltip like please fill out this form. For example, I am giving this. Simply it will say fill out this field. This pop-up you are getting because of your required field. Let's say email, I am just giving in a simple format like this and I am going to submit. It will say that fill out this field. So you are filling this first field. And now here you have given some wrong email format. It will say that please include @ in the email address. There is a missing dot and @ it is saying. Okay. When you say like this in an email format, it will allow you. Coming to date, it will directly give you a calendar. You can just select the date. The rest of the things is as it is. Coming to what are the other new elements of HTML5 are there. See here called SVG graphics. SVG graphics means scalar vector graphics. Earlier we don't have like directly to draw some pictures or images or fill the various layouts into your web page is not possible. But in HTML5 there is a newly added module called scalar vector graphics, which has a tag called SVG, within which you have rectangle, polygon, line, circle. Okay, such fields, such tags are available using which directly you can draw the image and also you can fill the image. Similarly, you can add a video audio plugins. For example, you wanted to play a video, you wanted to play an audio. You can give directly video audio tags where you can play it without support of any other tools to play those plugins. Okay. Next is called iframe. Iframe is nothing but like to embed one window in the another window provided with some source file. These are all the newly added features into. Okay, see here is SVG graphics. Here is this is not playing. Why? Because there is no image or video available here. So let me go to some different folder where I have some downloaded MP3 file and MP4 file with which we can practice. For example, we'll go with an audio example. When you go with the audio page, so here is simply you have audio and then controls to get a play, pause, those controls for your audio, and the file which you wanted to play is there is a sample MP3 file is downloaded, so that is the file location I am giving. Whenever you use this file, try to play it in a browser. Okay, see here you will get an audio. We are not using any software here. Okay, we are just making use of HTML5 browser, that's all. Similarly, video. Suppose if you go here video, you have a video tag where you can also add controls and a sample MP4 file, some video file should be available. Okay, we take that file and then we wanted to play that. Here also you can edit the path and you can give. Yeah, it started playing. There are some controls given at the bottom, you can see. Simply using your HTML browser, we are able to run a video as well. Right? So this is how your audio video plugins are available for HTML5. Following, guys. Similarly, we have some other features called geolocation. Geolocation means, let's say you wanted to find out with your browser. Suppose you are using your HTML5 browser in your mobile device, right? Now whenever you click a button, you wanted to know in which position you are. Just simply you wanted to get a longitude and latitude of your position, your location where you are present. So that is also possible with a geolocation, which is a predefined object of HTML5, which gives you the current position, with which you can operate your any geo related features. You wanted to find out the location, or you wanted to find out the map for, okay, so you can directly get longitude and latitude. This is also newly added feature into HTML5 called geolocation. We have called WebSocket, web worker. Web workers means, let's say there is some background calculation, it is going to consume some time. Instead of making that application, instead of interrupting your browser rendering part, you assign that to a worker document. Worker is a predefined object, and you create a JavaScript file in which you write some logic that will be performing in the background. As soon as it complete, there is an event triggered, that on message means when worker is completed, it will return a message. That message is going to be rendered onto the browser. So any background computations which is consuming some time, you can assign to this web worker, which is another feature which is added into HTML5. So you can just explore on what all the newly added features into HTML5. Okay, we are not going to use all those features, especially we will be using with form fields. Okay, you just explore on that, so that will be useful for our future topics. Any questions so far in HTML? I'll share all these files. What I do is I'll just make a GitHub repository where I'll copy all this material and I'll share you the link. Okay. Just for practice during the session, I am giving this in the chat. So start exploring these PDFs, because when you are going to get MCQs questions, right, you will be getting most of the questions out of these PDFs only. There are for each topic, for tables, list, we have a separate PDF. Okay, you have for list, links, image handling, how do you handle with image, the same how we embedded the image, and then width, height, border, alignment. So those features are explained here. You can just look into that image tag. Frames is not so important, but you can just have a look. This is to divide the screen into parts, okay, like number of frames total. There is 4 screens you need in a single page. Then you can make into frames and frame sets. That's what is explained here. iframe is part of that. Create one page into another page, one window in the other window. This frame set rows means the total screen is divided into 2 rows. One row is 10%, 90%, remaining all will go for the second row. And in that you can make the number of frames inside. This you can try to practice. It's a PDF, right? So frame set rows 10 comma star means 10 90%, within which first frame you are going to create with some, okay, you have to give the file which is available in your system. So menu.html, then within which again you wanted to make frame sets, columns, 2 columns you wanted to divide. In the first frame you wanted to give app1.html. Again there is a frame set. app2.html. Now you are closing these frames. In this there are 2 rows, right? First frame will be displayed with this, second frame is empty. Again here is one frame with app1.html, the frame set is closed here. Then the third main frame set is closed here. Frame is nothing but a window created. But I think this frame set should be the head tag. Like this. Clear guys, how the frame sets are created? Here is something is missing, so it is not showing here. See here, in the first frame what we have given. Spelling menu, right? Menu or menu 1? Only menu, right? Just refresh. This is loaded over here, left side, right side, that's the bottom. This is how you can create a frame sets. But frame sets always put it in the head part, not in the body. If you give it in the body, it may not display your frame set. Try to do that. If it is working, fine. I think in the body it is not supporting, okay? I just copy it in the chat. This is about the frame sets, basically to divide the screen into parts. based on the alignment of your application. And very important thing is your HTML form, like what are the different types of form elements. So far we have doing it, right? Input type equal to text, checkbox, radio button, password, text area, combo box, those things. This area you need to concentrate. All of you look into lesson number 7. That's a PDF. It's very, very important. So even in React also, when you are working with forms, this will be helpful. These attributes, how do you give form input tags, this will be helpful for you a lot. So it's very important to explore on this PDF and practice it very well. Finally, you have new form elements. I told, right, in HTML5 we have added with the new form elements like email, number, range, data list, search button. So this is all the new types. So like email means directly you need to give email syntax, otherwise it will not accept. And then placeholder you can always add. You can give a required tag. Okay, those things you can give. Autofocus. Autofocus means as soon as you load your page, your cursor will be blinking in that field. That is the autofocus you can give. So such things you can explore more. You can give a pattern. Let's say you are giving some text. Always your pattern should be only the length should be 6 and only digits should be accepted. Then you can give a pattern. Email. Email means it should properly check for email validation. Data list. A list of values you can give as a combo box, like select a box. This is all the newly added feature. Search box. Input ID equal to some name you can give and type equal to search you can see. Whenever you say search, you can click on the, you will get a search field. Number means numerical value. You can get increment, decrement buttons over there. You can also give minimum value, maximum value and step value. Every time how much the number should be incremented or decremented. Range. You can give a range so that you will get a scroll bar, like you can give lowest range and the highest range. All these features you can practice. Date. You can practice how the calendar is getting displayed. In the date you have various types: date, time,